Hello and welcome to our first video of our 7 chakra series. If you have not watched the prequel or the sort of explanation to this series, I highly suggest that you go back and take a look at it. It's only 12 minutes and it kind of explains what the purpose and the grand scheme of a lot of these videos are meant for, and a lot more in-depth explanation on the bigger picture of all of these. So I highly suggest checking that out if you haven't already. So this video will deal with the root chakra or the Muladhara. And with that, which is your base chakra, it's located at the bottom of your tailbone and it rolls over your legs and your digestive system mostly. So this has to do mostly with our safety and our basic needs, feeling grounded and connected to your body. So if ideally, if your root chakra was open and energy was flowing through you, you would feel safe in your surroundings. You would feel like your basic needs were met if they were. And then, you know, as a result of that, you would feel grounded and connected, able to sense what your body needs and give yourself nourishment, or be able to pay attention to the signs that your body gives you that you need, maybe are hungry, thirsty, things like that. So there is also, you can be deficient in this chakra, and that would mean that there was low energy, not enough energy flowing through that chakra. And you can tend to feel a lot of negativity and a lot of jealousy over others and their resources. And you can feel sort of insecure, sort of being in survival mode all the time and ruled over by fear. So really letting fear control your actions, and as opposed to recognizing that fear and then making a decision. So the other end of this spectrum is being excessive. So if there, so when you're excessive, generally that means there's too much energy being focused on the root chakra as opposed to balance throughout your chakral system. And this can come out as potentially overeating or hoarding or greed or paranoia. So you can see there's two ends of the spectrum, and then we want to kind of be in the middle of that, which is balanced and open, so that our energy can flow evenly throughout our system. So with this meditation, we're going to set up a quiet meditation, silent so I'll play some music for a couple minutes and get you kind of meditated, centered. So you'll want to be someplace that you can focus and be quiet, someplace that's comfortable for you. And then we'll set up your safe place, your sanctuary. And then we'll do a guided association so that you'll want to have a pen and paper ready so that you can copy it down. And then at the end, we'll do a recap. So if you want to make sure that you have something comfortable to sit on, or, you know, you could really do this anywhere, but it's helpful to have a pen and paper at the ready, and someplace quiet and comfortable to be. So whenever you're ready, find that nice comfortable place and we'll begin. So as you begin to settle in, finding a comfortable seat where you can root down through your sits bones into the floor, feeling the support of the earth beneath you, so that you can lift up through the rest of your body, relaxing your back and your shoulders, and start to quiet that movement, finding some stillness and maybe even closing your eyes. And for the next few moments, only focusing on your breath. In the background, there'll be some soft music. At the end of the music, I will wake you up. And we will begin our safe place and sanctuary building exercise. Start to reawaken into your body, leaving your eyes to close or a soft focus. we'll start to build the inner sanctuary, the safe place within our mind. Visualize a place, either real or imagined, that you can feel totally safe. A place that insulates you from any thoughts or emotions that become too much. Imagine all of the sights and smells, every object that would fill out this place for you. Rest here for a moment in your inner sanctuary. Before we begin the guided associations, remember you can return to this sanctuary at any time if any emotions or thoughts become too much or too intense. With your eyes still closed or a soft focus, we'll begin our guided associations for the Muladhara or root chakra. In your mind, imagine the color red. Imagine the shade of red, the texture, maybe behind your eyes, filling out this color. Feeling totally wrapped in the color red, what emotions arise? What associations do you first think of? Imagine now you're walking through a field. In that field is a pile of rocks. How big is this pile? What color are the rocks? Do they have texture? Is it a new or an old pile? Is it a natural formation or created? Describe this pile of rocks or draw it on your paper. You continue walking and you see a tree. Imagine every detail of this tree in your mind and write down the description. Is it a tall or a short tree? Is it alive or dead? Does it have leaves? What are the colors that you see? Are there roots? Is the tree full of life? Or is it rotting in the field? Fill out every detail of the leaves and bark and roots, writing it down on your paper now. When you're ready, start to imagine yourself as a very young child. And remember that you can always return to your sanctuary if you need to. Asking yourself, did you always have what you needed? Was there always someone there to take care of you when you needed? Can you remember a time that you were ever very hungry, or tired, or scared? Write it down. Record it on your paper. The very last part of our exercise today is a mantra exercise. So before our recap, we will close our eyes and together repeat the mantra, I am safe. Repeat it to yourself silently or aloud. I am safe. I am safe. Another mantra to take with you. I have a right to be here right now. I have a right to be here right now. Feel free to repeat either or both to yourself. If one in particular calls to you more than the other, you may use just one. Before we end this exercise, start to feel into your body down to your toes. Maybe wiggling each toe and then flexing your feet. Maybe stretching out your feet and ankles, starting to roll the ankles around. Maybe bending the knees, taking your legs from side to side. And then when you're ready, starting to open your eyes. Taking one last deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Releasing any tension that may have built up. Returning to your safe place and sanctuary if you need to. And eventually making your way to an awake and alert state. Taking a few deep breaths, sitting up tall. All right. So to recap, we imagined a few things, the color red, a pile of rocks, and a tree. And then some specific memories that you may have from when you were a child that all have to do with Muladhara or your root chakra. So if you have your notes and you want to go over those, you can pause this and just kind of look at what you drew or what you wrote down and kind of sit with that for a moment and then come back to this, you can. So typically with the root chakra, if you imagine like a very small pile of rocks, and you had sort of negative feelings about that color red, if you were describing like fear and hate and things like that, then that may be an association with a deficient or excessive chakra. So that could be the case for you. But if you associated the color red with love, and you had like a nice full pile of rocks, and maybe it was covered in moss, maybe there's animals growing in it, or animals living in it, plants growing on it, and then the same thing with the tree, like maybe it was very full of leaves and there's a lot of patterns to the bark and the root system was very alive, then that would be a sign of somebody who has a balanced chakra of the root chakra. So if you, on the other end of the spectrum, if you have a tree that's so full of leaves or it's so full of birds and things that it's toppling over, or a rock pile that's so full that it's starting to crumble, then that may be a sign of an excessive root chakra. So you can kind of see the pattern there of, you know, what you visualize might have to do with your inner state. And then, you know, when you go into your memory of childhood and feelings of safety and things like that, that may also start to tell a story of, you know, maybe when you were very young, you didn't have many of your needs met, and that can start to cause imbalances from when you were very young, and then into adulthood, you can have these patterns carry over. But as I've said, you know, in the beginning video, this is not a substitute for any kind of licensed therapy. So I really can't go into like what that would mean psychologically, but what I can tell you is that, you know, if it's something from your childhood that may have carried over into adulthood, it may also be a situation that you're dealing with now that you feel very unstable about, and you're not really connecting to your body because of it. So that can be a problem too. So it could be something that's an old pattern, or it could be a new problem that you're having. And like I said in the first video, if you want to message me, if you want to send me like your drawing or your word associations and things like that, if you need additional help, I'm happy to. There is a nominal fee, it's $10. And if you want any of that, you can just message me. I'll put my my email address in the bio, and so that way you can contact me if you want. But hopefully this helped you kind of get a better idea of your chakra and whether it's open or closed, things like that. The mantras that I gave you, those are really good ways for you to do some work on your own. So obviously tapping into what's causing your imbalance, if you have one, is step one. And then step two is that mantra or sankalpa of peacefulness and being out of the fear and into confidence and connection to your body. So you can create a mantra or sankalpa for yourself that's I am connected to my body, I feel connected to the ground, I feel connected to the world around me, I feel connected to my own self and my inner states. I am not ruled by fear. I am strong and secure. So those are some different things that you can use on your own if you want. And I think it's best if you create that on your own. So if you meditate on this a little bit more, maybe watch the video again, you may even come up with your own mantra as I'm saying them, and think of something that's really specific to you. So, like if jealousy or negativity are a problem, then you might say, you know, I don't need external validation. I am secure within my own self. So that might be your personalized version of that. So, you know, if you have any questions, you can feel free to reach out and let me know. But yeah, we have other videos, so I'll be making all of the chakra videos coming up. And let me know what you think. Comment, subscribe, like this video. I appreciate all of that. So thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.